the context is the post resurrection, the crucifixion. It's after all that, and verse 3 says that it's been 40 days, and since that, and there's been several. So imagine the being there, and it's been a month. It's been a month since. I mean, so we just spent 18 months with Jesus. Then he was crucified. Then we saw him resurrected and walking around the city. And now it's been a month since this event, and he told, and during that month he's been appearing. I don't know if you knew that, but during the time after Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, and this event right here, he's been appearing to the disciples. Did you guys know that? Yeah, so imagine living for those 4, 5, and 6 weeks. It's been 40 days, right? So imagine living for those 40 days. You're going about your business, right? You go to work, you go home. On the way home, you stop at the grocery store, you stop at the market for them, you're going about your business. And over these 40 days, Jesus keeps popping up. He keeps reappearing. Right? And so the thing for us is, it's not that, and this is like really super important. When he appeared, he wasn't a phantom. Right? He wasn't a ghost. He wasn't like in a cloud kind of a thing. Yeah. So it's kind of like when, Mary and Martha saw him at the tomb, and they ran back and they said, "We've seen Jesus," right? And the disciples said, "You're crazy." And they said, "No, we saw him." And so during these 40 days, it says that he showed them through many. Look at verse 3 right there. It doesn't just say many proofs. What is the word that describes proofs? Many. What kind of proofs?
Convincing.
Yeah, because he wasn't a ghost. Right? It was a bodily resurrection and these bodily appearances. So it's not like, so it's kind of like the same thing when, like Alan, one of your clients said, "Well, we're having an appearance at so-and-so venue. And then we're going to have an appearance at so-and-so venue in Atlanta. We're going to have a so-and-so appearance at so-and-so venue in New York." Right? When you, Alan, when you use the word appearance, you mean they're actually going to be there. They're actually going to be there, right? Physically. And that's what this means. That there was many convincing proofs. It wasn't just a mystical phantom, a ghost, ethereal type of an experience. It wasn't where one person could have an opinion and the other person could have a completely different opinion about these appearances. It was the type of appearance that was indisputable and convincing. And the convincing was that Jesus really was alive. He really had risen from the dead. Convincing. compelling, right? We use that word compelling when we talk about the Christian faith. I mean, it could say, instead of convincing, it could say compelling. I'm compelled. It's not like I can form an opinion, and my opinion is a little different than yours, but both of our opinions are pretty good. No, it was compelling. It was convincing. So again, we're always throwing in and including, but because it's just part of, our Bible study, this Christian apologetics, that the things we believe them because we're compelled to believe them. There's evidence that we just can't keep ignoring and then have a clear conscience about it. I mean, you can, and people have erased their conscience, severed their conscience, like with a hot iron. You just sever a nerve and you don't feel it anymore. There are people who have moved the goalpost to the point that they don't have. I mean, I guess they have some degree of a conscience. I mean, surely they do, but they've moved the goalpost. They've severed their conscience. They've said no so many times about the Christian worldview that they no longer feel anything. They no longer have a conscience about it, and so they do as they please. But here we see that Jesus' appearances were convincing and compelling. And so that's where we say we have every reason under the sun to live for the glory of God with confidence and assurance. We take what we know and we can advance and take the next step of following Jesus. Cool?